got this week, UFC 300. Man, I've been watching UFC for a long time. I want to say back in the days when they was out on VHS, I used to go to Family Video, and we seen all the old school, like the first ones when they was wearing the shoes, kicking niggas upside the head and all type of shit. Elbowing, the headbutting, they was doing all that. It was brutal back then. But I really started watching it, I want to say, when I went to Japan. I was over there for 2 years, and that's when I got back into it. I think it was like maybe UFC like 80 or something like that. And ever since then, I just been locked in. I'm pretty much just seen every single one that was worth watching. Anyways, this UFC 300, man, they always, these 100, 200, 300 always be like a crazy card, but this card to me is one of the best ones I've seen. If we compare them to anything, I just hope that it lives up to the hype, because UFC 200 was supposed to be one of the biggest cards in UFC history, and a lot of bullshit just happened. There's way too much shit that happened. A lot of injuries, a lot of people had to step in. I think on that card was the one where DC was supposed to be fighting Stipe or something, Stipe or Bones Jones again. And as soon as that happened, I want to say Bones Jones got injured. Whoever DC was supposed to be fighting, Bones Jones was, whoever he was supposed to be fighting ended up getting injured. So Anderson Silva stepped in, and that was the fight that DC just picked him up and slammed him like 15 times and just punched him up and shit. Wasn't even a fight, but it was a way to save the card. Anyways, let's get into this card, man. Like I said, there's 13 good fights on here, 13 out of 13 for me. Even the early pass is good. So this will be the first time I actually got to watch the early pass prelims. Figueroa 22-3 versus Cody Garbrandt 14-5. I'm gonna go with Figueroa to win that one. I think he'll be able to knock Cody out. We got a vets fight, one of them UFC vets. We got Jim Miller 37-17 versus Bobby Green 31-15-1. I'm gonna go with Jim Miller. He just one of my all-time favorite UFC fighters and never got the title, but he used to be ranked in the top 10. Maybe he got the top 5 before. But I'm gonna rock with the OG Jim Miller. Jessica Andrade versus Marina. Well, Andrade is 25-12. Marina Rodriguez is 17-3-2. I'm gonna go with Andrade on that one. I think that she could get the knockout too. The main event on the prelim, the early prelim, is Renato Macchiano versus Jalen Turner, 18-5-1 versus 14-7. I'm gonna go with Jalen Turner. If he can get him out of there in 2 rounds, if he gets to the 3rd round, he gonna lose. Cause for some reason he just, like I said, he a big ass dude for that division, but he just tire out way too much to be that big. Like at that stage, if you're a top 15, top 10 fighter in the UFC, your cardio gotta be on point, man. You gotta know that motherfuckers gonna try to wrestle or some shit. Like you gotta be able to fight and make it through 3 to 5 rounds. If you can't, like you gonna slowly start losing and get released and end up on bare knuckle, or you gonna be headed to Bellator or some shit. Prelim card, we got Sadiq Yusuf 13-3 versus Diago Lopez 23-6. I'm gonna go with Yusuf to win that one. Next fight, we got a first-time fighter coming to the UFC, Kayla Harrison 16-1 versus Holly Holmes 15-6. I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison. She just looked like another cyborg, like a big ass dude. Like she looked like a big ass dude in the women's division. Nothing against her. It just, like I said, she built like crazy, man. So I think she might fuck Holly Holmes up this fight. Calvin Kattar 23-7 versus Aljamain Sterling 23-4. Aljamain need to get this win after coming off that devastating loss, losing his belt. If you want to continue to build and get back to that belt to get that rematch with Cody, I mean, not with Cody, but with O'Malley, he needs to win this fight because Kattar is not he ain't no light dude. So I'm going to go with Aljamain and win that one. Main event in the prelims is Jiri Prochazka 29-4-1 versus Alexander Rakic 14-3. I'm going to go with Jiri to win that one. I want to see him get back into that light heavyweight picture. He had the belt, lost it to the champ now. And I just want to see him get back up there because he had the belt. He didn't get a good run because he ended up getting injured that fight and had to relinquish the belt. So I'm going to go with Jiri to win that one. Main card of the night, we got 5 fights on the main card. To kick it off, we got Cody Burdich, 10-5 versus Bo Nickel, 5-0. Bo Nickel is the biggest favorite on this card. I think it's like 20,000 or some shit like that, some crazy number. He should win this one easy, probably by knockout, or he's gonna choke him out. It's gonna be a finish. This not going the distance. Aram Tsarskin, 21-3 versus Charles Oliveira, 34-9. I'm gonna go with Oliveira to win this one by submission. He the submission leader in the UFC. I can see him doing it again. The BMF belt is on the line. Max Holloway, 25-7 versus Justin Gaethje, 25-4. Gaethje is the defending champ. He's the bigger fighter because he's a lightweight. Holloway's a featherweight. I'm gonna go with Gaethje. I think Gaethje should be able to beat him by decision. I don't think I've seen Max get knocked out before. I don't think Justin gonna do him like that. But I think he'll outbox him and he'll be able to absorb Max Holloway punches better than Holloway's gonna be able to absorb his punches. So I'm gonna go with Gaethje to win that one. Co-main event, we got the women's strawweight belt on the line. Yan, 17-3 versus Weili, the champ, 24-3. I think Weili will retain. This is the first match where the belt is on the line. Is China versus China in the UFC. So that's dope. But I'm gonna rock with the champ. I just don't see nobody else beating her unless Alexia Grasso comes back and takes the belt from her. Takes the belt in that division. Main event of the evening, we have Jamal Hill, 12-1 versus Alex Pereira, 9-2. Pereira has had a great career in the UFC with him coming in, beating the champs, winning the belt in 2 different divisions. Jamal Hill, another fighter that won the light heavyweight belt and wasn't able to defend it due to injury. It's tough because I want to go with Jamal Hill, but I've seen a video of him getting an autograph of Alex Pereira, and it just seemed like once you do friendly shit like that before a fight, the person that you about to go to war with, save that shit for after the fight. Let me see if I can whoop your ass first, because you whoop my ass, I'm not gonna want that autograph no more. But instead, he's like, you know what? Let me get my autograph now. He just came off. I'm not saying not to be humble, but you came out way too friendly. So I'm gonna go with Jamal Hill to win this fight. But if he get knocked smooth the fuck out, I understand why. He was too friendly and showed way too much respect up front. So main card: Bo Nichols, Oliveira, Gaethje, Weili, and Jamal Hill are my final picks. I'm gonna put me a parlay together, and in the comments I'm gonna leave that parlay just in case y'all use FanDuel or DraftKings. Y'all put that parlay in and see if we can win some money. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast. Like, share, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.